Hello darlings, and welcome to another Dragon Age Dreadwolf character prediction tarot reading. So that was very sing-songy. So let's find out who the character is today. Well, today, now, because I record a few of these at once. Oh, Loghain. Okay. And my opinion of Loghain, as you have seen in the past 6 months or so, has significantly changed, has done a complete 180 after reading The Stolen Throne. So, if Loghain is alive, there are a lot of conditions for Loghain being alive. But if Loghain is alive, he's either in the Fade, that's assuming he's not dead in the Fade, or he could be at Weisshaupt. Weisshaupt. So, as a Grey Warden at Weisshaupt, he would have an important role there, and so he'd be able to advise us. He wouldn't be an advisor per se, but he would appear over there. He would probably help us on a mission. I'm assuming, you know, maybe that role would be whoever is at Weisshaupt. So that, you know, would be like not a generic role, but it would either be Loghain or someone, or Alistair or Hawk, but he would also have some insight and provide. It wouldn't all just be, I hope that it wouldn't be like in Dragon Age Inquisition, the same lines for everyone. I hope that it would be, he has his unique perspective, being Loghain, you know, especially after reading the book, his knowledge and everything. And since then, so in the comics, spoilers, Alistair finds Marek. Loghain did everything to find Marek, to save Marek. Everything he ever did was for Marek. So maybe now that that business is like settled, maybe there's something more, but like, you know, he'll have more, not more insight or not necessarily more stories, because he already told us a lot about Marek in Dragon Age Origins, but maybe just more reflections and more wisdom, especially now that he's much older. If he's in the Fade, there is a possibility that he is alive. There is a possibility that he could be used by Nightmare, or escape Nightmare, or help us in a Fade sequence or something like that. And again, with that, I'm hoping that he would bring unique perspective to that. Also, Loghain could be the father of Kieran. So there is that possibility also, assuming that Kieran is alive in our world states and Loghain is alive in our world states. Kieran is now a teenager, and you know, at the end of Trespasser, and with assuming with Tevinter Nights, he could be 15 now, so not old enough necessarily to be fighting in a war, but old enough to be training potentially with his father, but if he's with his mother, you know, so who knows if he knows who his father is. Anyway, so there's that also to keep in mind, and Loghain's unique perspective. So, okay, so that a lot more to consider, because more possibilities with Loghain, or Loghain is just plain dead, you know, and maybe we see him see his spirit in the Fade or something. It's like, oh, I didn't want to have to see you again. You know, it's like, deal with it. All right, so what do the cards have to say in regards to Loghain in Dragon Age 4, in Dragon Age Dreadwolf, and Loghain's role and relationship with the Dragon Age 4 protagonist. Oh, another upright one. And this is the 5 of Chalices, which is the 5 of Cups. Okay, okay. So, all right, so Cups is a minor arcana suit. Water, the suit of water. 5 of Cups. 5 is the number of the star. Okay, in the Dragon Age Inquisition Tarot deck, it is the Red Templar Archer. So, Archer Loghain was, he wasn't just skilled with a sword, he was also an archer. Red Templar, you know, he would have seen and dealt with the Red Templars. Maybe there's something in regards to that, but I don't see any real significance to that. So it's upright. So the card represents a lost love. Rowan. Every person he's loved or cared about, everyone he's cared for, whether romantically or bromancically, you know, he's lost. You know, he lost his mother, his father, Marek, Rowan, you know. So the only person who's not lost to him, who's still alive, technically, is his daughter. So, but yeah, so a lost love. Another one? Like, no, like, poor guy. I know I say poor guy, but like he's lost enough people. Useless regrets. I can see regrets as being useless. You know, the choices he made, the decisions he made were partly calculated. There were lots of decisions, lots of sacrifices, and you know, while there are some he does not regret, I know there are some that he does regret. And you know, like in regards to Rowan. So that maybe he's dwelling on that, and that could come and play a role in either thinking rationally or acting rationally in certain decisions later on. You know, a lot of the things that happened in his past drove many of the decisions we saw in Origins, which I understood after reading the book, which I recommend. So, with conviction, with with conviction. So, disappointments, sorrow, yes, disappointments, sorrow. If he's still alive, in the grasp of nightmare, or is somewhere in the Fade, and if he's at Weisshaupt, there will be disappointment, there will be sorrow. Stressful relationships. I wonder why. You know, I'm not surprised that we are talking about Loghain after all. You know, wasted energy. Wasted energy could be trying to escape nightmare's grasp, or wasted energy on the useless regrets. Wasted energy could be something else also, something I'm not necessarily seeing. Dwelling on past upsets. What have I been saying? You know, Loghain and Solas have a lot in common, more than they realize. You know, they're both problematic characters with blue eyes. No, I don't want another problematic character with blue eyes. I want Loghain. Okay. grief. Grief from losses, grief from regrets, good grief. Pain. Pain could be physical in Nightmare's Grasp, or, you know, from injury. Pain could be emotional, you know, mental anguish, emotional anguish. Yeah, ignoring the present and its bounties. So he fails to see the goodness before him. It's like, yeah, hello, Loghain. Look at this over here and stop dwelling on useless regrets. Impotence. Attachments. Well, attachments. So, okay, so Loghain was always very good at, you know, masking, but attachments, he was emotionally attached to it, but he wouldn't let it show. And so, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't have these emotional attachments. I see his attachments more as emotional than physical attachments. He acts as though he doesn't care, you know, and he'll make the sacrifices that will mean death to someone he cares about, or that might mean, you know, breaking his own heart, or, you know, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't have these attachments. But the attachments could also be to the past, an attachment to those he has lost, an attachment to the regrets he carries with him. That could be the attachment too. And that is an emotional attachment. So nothing there tells me what his role might be with the Dragon Age 4 protagonist, but I can see him, you know, bearing his wisdom, you know, from what he learned, or the Dragon Age 4 protagonist just helping him through it, or you know, just banter and stuff. I do hope that whoever is in the Fate is still alive, and whoever is at Weisshaupt will provide insight, will be there for a mission as an advisory role, that someone we can visit, and that each of them will provide their unique perspective and unique insight, kind of the same thing but slightly nuanced, and that Loghain will be able to provide something unique to the Dragon Age 4 protagonist, and hopefully he'll get over his regrets. Anyway, and let me know what you think about Loghain and his role in Dragon Age 4, in Dragon Age Dreadwolf, and his relationship with the protagonist. And for the 5 of Cups upright. A little bunny here. Anyway, like this video if you like it, subscribe to be Jimmy approved. And I'll see you all soon. Masaranas.